Namaste.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm here.
I just saw your video tonight.
Yeah, wading through the latest garbage.
God. Who was that vegetarian attack from?
Oh, take a guess.
Henri guy?
That would be it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, the last note he sent, he said that, let me see if I can find it here so I can give you his exact words. Oh, free your little slaves.
What?
Oh, yeah. This is one that just came in. Free your little slaves. Oh, yeah, This is what it says. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's what Vivekananda got for eating meat, and he was addicted to sugar. I'll release the interview as I please. I know you're getting afraid, Sharon. Your no mind is now wondering what you said. Oh, really? My no mind is wondering what I said? No, I said release the whole thing and its entirety. So why would I be wondering what I said? I know exactly what I said. And like you just said, you're going to release it as you please. In other words, you're going to take things out of context and spin them. It's not me that's worried what's said. It's this guy. Let's look and see what other gems he says. You know that declaring that you have attained Sahaj Samadhi on camera is a total joke. Well, it's a joke to you. It's not a joke here. I've stated that numerous times. I do not have a practice anymore. It's all done. That's right. It's done. You know that to have said you do not have a thought system of 40,000 thoughts a day like regular human beings is crazy. It's not crazy. It's the truth. You may not like it. You may not understand it. But it's the truth. Have you had periods of no thought, Sachiananda? Yes.
Yes, and yes. Affirmative.
Yes. Affirmative. She must be crazy too.
Sure.
Okay. $5,000 is my offer if you come with me and get an MRI of your brain that will show right away your thoughts are like anybody else. Well, an MRI doesn't show anything of type of thoughts.
Right.
And this is what I'm trying to explain to this person that doesn't know the first thing. MRI does not do that. It's not going to show what's there as far as that's concerned.
Right.
You should start thinking before talking, Sharon. Again, this shows how absolutely childish and moronic this guy's being to use your name that's no longer your name. It's been legally changed. And he does it as a point of absolute disrespect. 100%. But then again, you might have been under the influence of one of my favorite hypnosis techniques. Oh, really? I'm under your hypnosis technique? Look at here, idiot. You couldn't hypnotize me if your life depended on it. Okay? He couldn't hypnotize me if his life depended on it. This is ridiculous. And sign agreements before giving interviews. Well, you should have signed an agreement before. You should have gotten a release. You didn't get a release. You didn't get a release from me. Okay? And I've just given you a thing on camera that says you're not to release it. unless it's done unedited. Why? Not because I'm afraid of what I've said on camera. No, I want the whole thing up there. Every single word. But you do not have the right to sit there and chop it up and take things out of context. You agreed to this in many email and all is on files. Yeah, I got a lot of things on files from you that shows how absolutely obnoxious you're being. So I don't know what you have that you think you have with Sharon. You have nothing with Sharon. Okay? You do not think like other human beings. Not really. It's more sinister than anybody else. Really? I'm sinister. He calls me fat. He calls me a pseudo-Hindu. He says I'm toxic and I need colonics. And I'm sinister? What did he say to you when he saw you guys?
He said that we're too attractive to be celibate.
Yeah. How sweet. This is the first thing out of his mouth. This is the way you treat sannyasis and sadhvis. And he's pissed off because he couldn't get a date somewhere. So I'm sinister? Really? You like to have your mini worship going on by poor ignorant young ladies and a couple of weird-looking guys. Look how lovely this guy is. That say always, you hit it right on the nail, Guruji, and naturally eat your steak too. Isn't this lovely? Did you know your poor ignorant young ladies? How do you feel about that?
Where does that come from? That's just outrageous.
For 5 minutes.
He met you for 5 minutes. Not even
Right,
that.
then we just said hello and that's it.
That was it. We never
Oh, well, you're ignorant young ladies
Oh my God.
that are forced to eat meat every day and forced to be celibate.
And now we're slaves.
And now you're slaves.
Oh my God.
And about that joke to Sattvi, let me tell you that someone on the Rick Ross forum had sent me a picture of her, so I knew who she was right away, and this is why I made my double-sense joke. Too bad I did not interview that poor lady. What poor lady is this guy talking about? Oh. They sent an article, a picture of whom? From the Rick Ross site.
What?
From the Rick Ross forum is sending him stuff, so he came in with an agenda.
Oh my God.
The truth comes out. Yeah, he wants to reveal it. I said, if you're going to reveal it, then reveal everything. Let's look at every freaking mail you've sent and every response I've had to it. And let's look and see who looks like the smarmy person that they are. That's the most cruel part of your scam, telling young women they should have nothing to do with sex. Oh, it's a cruel scam because he couldn't get a fucking date. That's what it was. When he came here, the first freaking mail he sent me, he said, and I'm dating. Can you fix me up with somebody?
Wow.
It's because he couldn't get a date. He's talking.
And we didn't want to go out with him and listen to him sing Bésame Mucho. So now he's going to rake everybody over the coals. Cruel. You should have nothing to do with sex. Sannyas is the Vedic system when you were done with family. Well, no, it's not. Again, here we go again. We got another one, just like the other guy that was posting on there. So are they in cahoots now? Sannyas is the fourth asrama. Sannyas is also when you take and you leave before that and become a sadhu or a sadhvi. Again, this guy's ignorant. He doesn't know anything about it and yet wants to try to school me in Hinduism. Oh, wait till you see it. It gets even better. So I'm going to put this out. I want people to see what this guy is. This is from Henri Jocoulier. So let's see what type of a person he really is. Just listen to the rest of this email that he sent. They want their Kundalini awakened, and they're sincere and naive, and to believe that you're going to guide them to the divine awakening when you yourself are swimming in a mental muck. Really? You don't know what's in my mind. The one that's swimming in mental muck is the one that comes here to a guru and says, fix me up on a date. The one, the first thing out of their mouth to my sadhvis is, you're too beautiful to be sadhvis. The one that sends me an email and says, oh, and after I want to interview again because the first one was all over the map. Why? Because he doesn't have his things ducks in a row. So whose mind is all over the map? Unbelievable. This person doesn't even have any kind of decency. I mean, it just gets better. Your body is an old sagging thing.
Wow,
With tattoos sagging all around it. You had your 2 kids and lots of sex.
God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Oh yeah. He's sick. He is absolutely sick. Perverted and sick.
God. Wow.
Have you noticed we're the same age, you idiot? I look a hell of a lot better than you do. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Have you looked in the mirror? Unbelievable. And you're luring these poor young ladies with promises of enlightenment. No, there are no promises of enlightenment made. Have you been promised enlightenment?
Yeah.
What have you been promised? Zero, zip, nada. Other than help with Kundalini.
Not fantasy promises, let's put it that
Yeah, not fantasy promises. And you're luring these young women with promises of enlightenment. And they're so innocent and brainwashed, they follow you like your little dog. Really? You're following me all day like a little dog?
Where does it get that? That's crazy.
for 2 minutes. I mean,
God.
Exactly. He doesn't know anyone here. Met for 2 minutes. I allowed him to have that interview. He said an hour. I let him have 2 hours. Ask whatever he wanted.
can we say what we're doing or not doing?
Oh, he knows everything.
It's true.
He's never met you. He's never spoken with either of you. And asked me a bunch of crap-ass questions. Naive and innocent. You came to the path when you were what age?
No, I'm 53. He thinks we're in our 30s, both of
Right.
us, and never had
He thinks
children.
you think you're 50. You're in your 30s. You're 53. You came to the
I had a
path.
child.
Yeah, you had a child.
I was probably 40 when I came to the path.
She was 40 when she came to the path. Okay.
I have a 22-year-old child.
Have a 22-year-old child.
I mean, for some reason he thinks, what he's acting like you're depriving us of something.
I know.
Having a family or...
Exactly. They're not deprived of anything. Sachi was married before she came to the path.
Yep. Married. Joined the path when I was 30. I'm 38 now. I'm not the
What are you being deprived of?
Gosh, I don't know. I have this beautiful condo, a beautiful job. I live in sunny Florida. Pretty happy here.
Would you go back to the relationship we were in?
No, absolutely not. And you didn't force me to do anything with that. You just showed me, just time to get away from it. Allowed me to see how much drama it was, and it just wasn't the direction I wanted to go in my life.
And what's he saying now that you could be a part of?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys could be in a nurturing and loving relationship with someone like him.
Nice. Ew.
And I will make a video especially addressing Sattvi and her brainwashing that good-looking lady.
Oh my.
Might wake up and realize that 13 years went by and still no big Sahaj Samadhi like her mama.
Oh my. Yeah, I knew he was talking about me, about the picture.
Exactly.
He's talking about me.
He's talking about you. He wanted a date.
Right.
He wanted to go out and sing Besame Mucho. What a slime bag. What an absolute slime bag. And he's going to make a video about how she's being conned?
Huh.
He's supposed to teach something to me, huh?
Oh yeah, he's going to teach you something. And you can get a lawyer if you want. We got all the money needed to put you out of business quick if I chose to.
Oh my.
Oh really? You're threatening me now with your big money? Really? Threatening me with his big money? I don't give a rat's ass how much freaking money you have. You're a jerk. I was not expecting it would turn out this way, but you're really a bad news, Sharon. Really? I'm the one that's bad news? Look at this letter this guy's sending. I'm bad news? Repent and release those poor girls. Yeah, you guys are chained.
Yeah.
Realize the wrongs of your ways. They deserve better than your empty promises. Well, there are no empty promises. This path is built on your direct experience. If they don't have the direct experience, then it's up to them to leave. The proof is in the pudding.
You want us to go to him instead?
Oh, maybe you should go to him instead. Exactly.
God.
And it's so sad. You enslave people. The more I think of you and your scam, more sad it is. But if I can help it, we're going to put a stop to your rampage and your YouTube bullshit. Yeah, really? Really? By what? Continuing to be the asshole that you're showing yourself to be here? Now you do sing pretty good. See you soon on my mini documentary. Really? Go enjoy that. A mini documentary. Oh yeah. He's going to try to rake me over the coals.
He makes movies.
He does. Because he's got all his money.
Money.
That's okay. I don't care. He can have all the money he wants. But you know what? I'm not going to stop. Nobody is chained here.
They don't show him to be a fool. I mean,
Exactly. I mean, look at this. Look at this letter he sent. And he might want to look in the mirror before he goes making judgment about anybody's looks.
that's like some of the lowest.
It's low. It's low. It's smarmy. It's low.
So you off so little. I mean, honestly, we talked to him for 2 minutes. He didn't even see us around you, really, except for a minute.
Exactly. He hasn't heard any interaction between any of us. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And he's basing this all on that he didn't get to grill you. I want to grill them. Not I want to interview them. Not I'd like to speak with them. I want to grill them. Really? And you're supposed to be a great psychotherapist? You're a pseudo-Hindu? I want to grill them. And you're sitting there telling me how fabulous you are, how important he is. Really? You want to try to do hypnosis on me? I guarantee it will never work. Him and his hypnosis.
Can you imagine him doing hypnosis?
I shudder at the thought of him doing hypnosis to anyone.
Giving any kind of counseling?
If this is his demeanor, and yes, it's going out on the net. When we finish this call, this video is going up because this is absolute heinous.
That's horrible. It's so awful.
It is so nasty, so polluted, so low. And this is what I mean. You try, to give him the benefit of the doubt. I did not feel his energy was good to begin with. Did I not say that before I went?
No, I didn't either.
None of us did. None of us did. But we give him the benefit of the doubt, and this is what he comes back with. He did not speak with any of the sadhvis. He came out with this attitude that he was going to wine and dine and all this bullshit. And when it didn't happen, he heard what he didn't like, and now he's on a rampage. What happened to, oh, Guru, you've been partially my guru because you've taught me, to stand up for truth.
Oh, like this? This is a truth. He's
standing up for truth and that you do the right thing. Well, you're not doing the right thing because you're trying to put words in people's mouths. You're sending one mail more obnoxious than the next and getting nastier and nastier and nastier by the minute. Henry Hanuman my ass.
Now he's Hanuman?
Oh, well, that's his email. Yeah, Henry Hanuman. Hanuman, the great devotee of Lord Ram. Devotee my foot. What he is doing is 100% smarmy. It has no ethics behind it whatsoever. So go ahead. You want to put it out? I'm telling you, and I've told you, this is the second time I'm saying it. You do not have rights. You did not sign any kind of release form for that. You didn't get any kind of release form, for it. I said if you want to put it out, then you got to put it out in its entirety with all your BS and drama on it. In its entirety. And with that, let's release all of the emails that have been back and forth in their entirety. I am happy to read them, each one, with my reply to you. And let people judge for themselves what's here and what's there. He doesn't like the fact that I sent that email, and put up the video that talks about, they want to talk about the golden age of India and the rishis. Well, at the golden age of India and the rishis, they ate meat. The good Hindu ate beef. You could not be a Brahmin without eating beef. Shot holes in all their drama. Swami Vivekananda is well respected, but he sent a thing now that Swami Vivekananda was a horrible person. Oh yeah. Well, of course. Yep. Yep. Because he was ill, which his thing to me was that he died of diabetes. Well, he didn't. He died of a heart attack. At the age of 39 years, 5 months, 24 days. Vivekananda died of a heart attack, not diabetes. So he doesn't even have that right. Unbelievable. And people wonder, and they want to think that being a guru is a big pleasure ride. This is why gurus do not make themselves available to the public like that, because this is what you get in return. This is why most of them have a cadre of people around them that keep this kind of crap away. I don't. So much for my devotees following me around like little puppy dogs. They all have their lives. I see you how often?
Maybe once a week.
Maybe once a week. For how long?
A few hours.
There you have it. And yet you're chained.
Yes. Slave.
Slave. I come over there and make sure you've eaten meat every day.
Yeah. Never mind that I've always been a big meat eater. That's always been the case.
That's horrible, Sachi.
Yeah, it's terrible, Sachi.
Jeez, more for the tell-all now. Come on.
You've always been a big meat eater. Whereas Siddhananda is not a big meat eater. And so how often are you forced to eat meat?
I probably eat meat 3 to 5 times a week.
She eats meat maybe 3 to 5 times a week.
Give or take.
Are you browbeaten because you don't eat it?
No. I eat what I want to eat.
She eats what she wants to eat.
And I don't eat what I don't want to eat.
Exactly. So this nonsense that people are forced to do it, forced to do this, forced to do that. It's absolutely ridiculous.
You've got to live with whatever choices you make. That's it.
So truth be known, have you been deprived in your celibacy? No, absolutely
It was my
not.
choice long before the path.
It was her choice long before the path.
Many years ago.
So as far as your big thing that she's being forced to be celibate, goose egg, wrong yet again. Wrong yet again. So the one he's all hot on,
Anything to do with the path. So, I mean, certainly I just continued with it, but
Yeah.
it was already in place.
exactly, she continued with it. It was already in place. So now where are you going to go with it? What a jerk. Most of the people that are here that have taken sannyas were already celibate before. They weren't chasing sex to begin with. Now, I can't say that it would be true of everyone, but I would say most of the sannyasis, that's absolutely true. Suvrat was not chasing sex way before he came to the path.
Already celibate, too.
Ronald was not chasing sex. He was already celibate before he came to this path. So are they being deprived of something? Being forced? No. Most of them were eating meat before they came. Siddhananda was not.
I'm the only one.
You're the only one, I think, of the sannyasis that was not eating meat
No,
before
I
you
started
came.
right before, and I had that on the video I put out. They told me I got ill, and they told me I went to a naturopath clinic, and they said the illest people are vegetarians that come in here.
Right.
At a naturopath
The
clinic.
naturopath clinic said
They
the
told
most
me to-
ill people are vegetarians, and they told her to eat meat. She started eating meat before she came to the path.
and
So
started
again,
getting better.
and she started getting better. And that's the case of other people on the path. Yes, I had the case of one person that's not a sannyasi, the doctor's son. Remember our doctor's son that was on medications, that we weaned him off the medications? Was raised a vegetarian, ate meat, really needed to have the meat, and went from being just totally, a lot of problems in his life. Yeah, to graduating now with honors, going on to be a doctor. Yeah. But yeah, I'm so hard, so mean, so foul. Bad person. Counseling. One session with another one, soon to become a doctor. Yeah. Cleared up a lot of her stuff right away. It's continually getting better from one session. Proof is in the pudding. Did I need to use hypnosis? No. Do I understand hypnotherapy? Yes. Do I use it? No. Do I know how to use it? Yes. I was doing past life regressions and all that crap back when I was in high school. My father knew hypnosis. Was he ever able to hypnotize me? No. And he knew all the good techniques. Oh, yeah. So, this guy's preaching to the choir. And I also know how dangerous it can be if it's not used rightly. As in the case where all those kids were given all that hypnosis and then were charging these people with satanic abuse that never happened. Ruined people's lives. Because what happens is the mind wants to create something to fill in those gaps. And if you're leading them in a certain way with this type of hypnosis, that is what happens. And you get a lot of false memories. And it can be a very dangerous thing if you do not know what you are doing. It's nothing to play with. You've got to know what you're doing with it. This is why, I don't use that type of thing, that type of hypnosis, etc. Do I know how to do it? Yeah. Have I seen it work? Yeah. Yes. I used it when I was in high school and regressed someone that had an allergy to horses, found out they'd been kicked in another lifetime, and they died from being kicked from a horse, and they developed an allergy to horses, and once they relived it, they came out and they were fine. They had no more problems. So can it be used? Yes, I've seen it used. I've used it myself. Do I use it now? No. Do I advocate it? Generally not. Because, like I said, you've got to know what you're doing with it. And so many of the people out there that are using it do not know how to use it. They abuse it, and you get a lot of false memories, which create more drama and more trauma and more problems for people than it solves.
To do it, you at least be balanced, for goodness sake.
Oh yeah, for God's sakes, please at least be balanced.
Yeah, because if your mind is in these negative spins,
In this gutter, like what we're encountering here, he would be the last person I would ever want to come near me with any type of hypnosis. Oh my God. I shudder. Shudder at the thought. So you know what? I've really had enough of his crap-ass letters and his digs and his drama, and he's supposed to be this upstanding psychotherapist. Really? This is the way you talk to people? You don't even have any kind of decency whatsoever. Has not been decent, has not spoken to anybody here, knows nothing about this path, nothing about the people on here, and yet he's making all these charges, assumptions. And he's on a warpath. Why? Why? Because my sadhvis are celibates? Because I don't want to hang out with him and listen to him sing Besame Mucho and croon to them? Really? Really? You think I'd put them through that? To get on your good side? I don't think so. So do whatever you want to do. Try to crucify me. Go ahead and do it. Like I said, they can do what they want. If they want to interview with you, fine. If they don't want to, I'm not going to force them to. And what was your choice in it?
No, I mean, just to see how he was, where his head was. It just didn't feel comfortable. I just had a feeling he was going to turn like this. And it's so nasty. Just the way he was talking.
Exactly.
Oh, thank you. He deserves that time.
Well, exactly.
He wasn't respectful. Just
Yeah.
His very first words. So.
Yeah, his very first words were not respectful.
It didn't feel sincere. From his
He
mail.
was not sincere with me either.
Really, like he was out with his own agenda and to accuse and put people on, having to defend themselves.
Well, exactly. He's all over the map. 1 second, oh, I was defending you on Rick Ross, and the next second, well, I believe maybe you do have all this money and you have all this stuff. I don't have it. I told him then, I tell him now, I don't have it. I have been honest. So much for honesty. Because this is what to get you. You're honest with the path, you're honest with the stuff, and they want to try to put words in your mouth. They want to try to skew everything 180 degrees from what's being said. They try to make it abusive. It's so abusive, and yet people came in with these things before they even came to the path here. Yet I'm so abusive, forcing it. Like I'm stepping on your feet and forcing meat down your mouth. Chain you in your bedroom so you can't go anywhere. Do I put a lock on your door? I let her out for work, and then when she goes back in, I go over and lock the door again to make sure she doesn't do anything she's not supposed to do.
I have one of those chips on her.
The monitor.
Yeah.
So don't forget to change the battery in the monitor, because I need to know where you're at all times.
Don't forget to throw me scraps of meat, too, while you're at it.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's all you get, your scraps of meat.
Oh, my God.
What is wrong with people?
I don't know. I mean, you generously gave him a lot of your time when he came. Were in there for a couple of hours, and that was a Sunday. It was totally like, anybody's day off, and you were happy to do it. And that's just what you get in return.
It's what you get in return. You're open, you're honest, you tell them the truth, and they don't want to hear the truth. And because it's truth that they can't understand, and they have not experienced, they don't think it exists. So they're going to call you a liar, a cheat, everything under the sun. Because you don't fit the profile of what you have to look like, how you have to speak. He's a great psychotherapist and hypnotist, and he can tell I have thoughts. Because he's an expert. An expert in what? You're an expert in that how? Unbelievable. Like I said, the proof is in the pudding. Sachiananda's had enough experience at this point to know that that's true. That state is possible. I don't know if you've had any experience with it yet or not at this point.
I've definitely had quieter mind, and the thoughts are like in the background, and that was never even near experienced before at all. So I definitely know that no mind is definitely possible.
It's possible, but like I said, it takes time, it takes a lot of years, and it takes a lot of continuation to reach that point.
Right.
Even when everything deconstructs the first time and falls away, there's still, you have to continue to put into place until it then becomes, solidified and it's not changing at that point. I'm not saying anything different than the texts have said on these things. If they want to argue with me, go argue with the rishis. They want to throw the rishis out, yet when you give the same thing that the rishis get, they don't want to believe you. Unbelievable. Huh?
It's in total alignment with the non-dual.
Well, exactly. That's why I have people read Ramana. There's nothing different being said here. Excuse me, I don't wear a loincloth and sit on a couch all day and have people surround me, like Ramana did. I do not live in India.
Is Ramana lying too?
Maybe Ramana was lying too. This is not, Ramana died in 50. He died just before, was it just after I was born? It was right around that time. It's either before or after I was born. But right within a few months of that. So that's back, 63 years ago. Things were different. India was different 63 years ago. That life was different. So I'm sorry and apologize all to heck that I was born in the U.S. and in a female form. And the manifestations of realization, like the Ashtavakra and the Vivek say, you can't tell by the outside stuff. One moment they can act like a madman, the next moment they can act like a dullard, the next moment they can act like a child, the next moment it can be, you can't judge it at that point. Yet apparently, Jokulia can judge it.
He's the expert,
He's the expert. He's got a thought meter, apparently so. What more I can do than that, other than say the truth of it? There is no chattering mind. I can't be any more specific than that.
Is he expected to not know the truth of it? What is he expected?
What would I gain by lying? Really? What would I gain by it? I'm not saying it's any high exalted state. I'm saying that this is, what everybody is at the core. So what big high exalted state is that? I'm not Sachiananda. I'm not sitting on a frickin' throne with people surrounding me all day and all this drama. I'm telling the truth of what has happened in this path. That's it. And what I am, you are. Where I'm at, you can be. As things change, then I update. Say what's there, say what's not. Been very open with it.
Right, instead of rejoicing that, hey, this does exist, and listening, and that it's possible, instead, going to this ugly level.
Well, because I'm a woman, I'm not in India, can't be real. Can't be real. I don't have a thing between my legs dangling, so, you can't have anything. If you're female, Lord knows, only men can take sannyas. I mean, in one way, it's laughable. Because it's so skewed. They don't even have basic information. In another way, it is so sad.
It's just so limited. It's so narrow. I like it's saying how many 60% of the population are women, if not more. That leaves all them out. They can't
absolutely.
They can't, surrender. They can't enter a still mind. How absurd is that? Come on.
Again, I've had things that happened when I was in India. I had guys that made special point to come see me where I was staying at the hotel because somebody was reading over my shoulder talking about still mind, and this guy got this weirdest look on his face. And I have to see you. What? What do you mean you have to see me? And this guy experienced still mind by being around me for that moment. And this doofus wanted to marry me because he had still mind. I said, you've lost your mind? I said, no, this just shows you that it's possible. That's all. Do some spiritual practice and you'll find out. This guy sitting next to me said, it's not possible. I said, it's not possible for you. But it is possible.
That's how it works.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's how it works. But, when if someone's never experienced that and is so ridden with, just that kind of mindset, well, nothing's going to penetrate.
Well, exactly.
They're not going to experience it.
Exactly.
Then they don't know the difference.
I don't care what you say. You can say whatever you want to say. But once that's experienced and once that's the reality, it doesn't matter what you say. That's the truth of it. It's like breathing air. It's not going to change. That's what's there.
Call a pear an apple, but I'm sorry, it's a pear.
Exactly. You can call it whatever you want. I don't care. You can have whatever illusion or delusion you want. But again, this path is built on not dogmas, not that people are told you have to believe in this, you have to believe in that. This is the path of experience. You have to experience it yourself. The proof is in the pudding. That's what's always said here. There are no promises made of enlightenment. You'll be in enlightenment within the next 2 years. Hell no, I say it takes lifetimes. Lifetimes. It's not going to happen within the next year. There's no guarantees of enlightenment. None ever made. So, this is one of the things that I think I hate worse than anything is when they come in and try to make all these false accusations and put words in your mouth. That you have stated all these things that you've never said in a million years. That you were never intimate in a million years. It's egregious. This is what the Bible calls bearing false witness. You're lying through your teeth about what's here. You don't know what's here. Coming down with a bunch of bogus questions that are all over the map. There was no continuity in the flow of that interview anywhere. And then trying to make assumptions that you think you know this path because I said a couple things you didn't like, such as, yes, we meet. You asked about my mind, my state. I told you honestly, didn't want to hear it. Then goes off on a rampage. If Ramana were alive and he went to interview Ramana, he'd come back with the same drama. I guarantee it. Because when Ramana was alive, like the guy said that was there, when I'm with you, you're like a regular, normal human being. When I'm away from you, then I get all these ideas grandiose about you. But what happens is, unfortunately, the books want to clean up everything and make it appear bigger and more, than it is. And then people read it, and then they're wanting, like the old thing of Shangri-La and the Tibetans, You ever see the movie Shangri-La? Where they go up? It's a real old movie, Shangri-La, and it was about the ones, and they went into hidden Tibet, and the people there were so holy and all this stuff, and so it was a big fantasy thing about Tibet. Huh?
They were so holy.
Oh yeah, they never died, they lived forever. I mean, it was a bunch of drama. I don't remember the whole thing, but it was Shangri-La. I mean, it was like, So then they hear about the Tibetans, and it's like, everybody's awestruck for a time, They come in with preconceived notions which bear no resemblance to the reality of what was actually there. Such drama. Such drama. Yeah, it's very draining. It's very, it just, these are supposed to be people that are spiritual seekers. That's the saddest part.
Yeah.
Somebody that proclaims himself to be a spiritual seeker.
Yeah, insulting you, calling you names, and just, what is that about?
Why does he sink there? I mean, it's one thing to say, it's hard for me to believe this or that, but to sink so low to his name.
Well, exactly.
Right.
That's just why. I mean, that really. If he can do that, then you question everything else that you can't even. It's just so awful, that you go, God.
Exactly.
This is really where he's at.
Exactly. Every letter that he sends is progressively worse. Nastier and nastier and nastier. And more disrespectful. And you can see...
And more skewed.
More skewed. Exactly. More and more skewed. And more arrogant. And more obnoxious. Threats. Drama.
Have you seen this kind of behavior before? Only a few times. It always turns and it just goes lower.
It's all their ego gets their nose out of joint about something, and his nose was out of joint because, like I said, the first letter he sent, I'm dating, find me a date. Then, when you call him on it, I'm just joking, you don't understand my joking. No, he wasn't. That was the first words out of his mouth there. And what's he ranting on about here? Still the same thing. The celibacy of the women. How dare you? He couldn't get a hot date. I'm sorry. Really? I want to go out and party. I want you to hear me sing Besame Mucho. Kiss me much? You think that us, these women and sadhvis want to listen to him sing Kiss me much? Besame Mucho? I don't think so. He's not the hot stud he thinks he is. Jesus criminy.
You'd never go up to a nun, like a Catholic's nun, and say anything like that.
Oh, he said he has. He said he did, and they all thought it was funny. Well, no, I'm sure they didn't think it was funny. They're thinking, what an ignorant person.
Right.
There is no nun on the planet that's going to think it's funny. Not one. I guarantee it, not one.
Yeah.
They may be laughing but thinking, what an idiot. Guaranteed.
What you have to contend with, huh?
Like I said, you wouldn't go to the Ramana ashram and treat women like this, I hope. Maybe he would. Maybe he would. Yep, unbelievable. So yeah, we'll see if this goes up. I just got the recorder again for the Skype stuff. We'll see if it actually recorded, and if it did, I'll put it up online. Like I said, I've got nothing, I don't have anything hidden here. And I'm not going to have jerkwads like this come and threaten and do all this crap and not be outed.
I think at this point you should, because he's getting nastier with his
Oh,
threats
Abusive.
It's abusive.
It is.
It's abusive.
I mean, show it up for what it is. This is how he's been talking.
Exactly. This is exactly how he's been talking. Got the letters. I've got his, the email stuff and his thing 100%.
And all you did was go and answer his questions.
All I've done is answered his questions. That's all.
All you did.
That's all I did.
You didn't call a name. You didn't put him down.
No.
You did nothing. You answered
Nope.
his questions, and then he started coming on like this.
Exactly. But if you think I'm going to lay down and take this type of abuse, you can think again. He's such a gentleman. Really? And then the email before it, you've got fat arms and your body's toxic and you could use a bunch of colonics and vegetarianism. Has he not looked in the mirror? Has he not looked in the mirror?
That's just hideous.
We're the same age. I look a hell of a lot better and healthier than he does. Yeah, he's hideous. He's nasty. He is nasty. Or as they would say in India, nastic. 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 Knockly type of a seeker. Knockly, fake. Knockly, like Knockly Babas, fake. Knockly, fake. Such a seeker. I'm glad he's a vegetarian. Yeah, vegetarians. They're supposed to be so loving. So sweet, so loving, so gentle. Some of the nastiest people you ever want to meet are vegetarians. Cutthroat, nasty.
Kind of the same as people in oneness sometimes.
Exactly. You are what you eat.
But they're eating all those terrible mental concepts.
Well, they're eating, exactly. And vegetarian, great, you're a vegetable. Got no sense, no common sense anywhere left. So be happy to be a vegetable with no common sense anywhere. This is why you're not grounded. If you're eating vegetables, you're not grounded. You don't have any kind of, logical stability there. as far as Yogananda was eating this and that, Yogananda, I think, was a vegetarian. Didn't he espouse vegetarianism? Wasn't he one that espoused that? Look it up. See if it says if he was vegetarian or not, what was his thing. But, like I said, he reported on that, and this is what's in the Rig Veda, which a lot of Hindus wish would go away. But it's not going to go away.
Says he was. Paramahansa Yogananda was a vegetarian.
There you go. He was a famous vegetarian. So much for your diabetes and this and that. 35 ailments. He died of a heart attack. He was a vegetarian. So much for your healthy vegetarian. Now, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Yeah. Oh, he was eating meat. He was this and that. No, he wasn't. He was a vegetarian. That one didn't work for him well either, did it? The Yogananda thing is not working for him, and the Rig Veda and the, golden time of India is not working for him either. So both things are blowing him out of the water, which he doesn't know what he's talking about. Like I said, Yogananda died of a heart attack. Oh, he had diabetes. He died of diabetes. No, he didn't. I think he dropped right when he was, at the time, he was addressing some group. I don't remember if it was a church group. I think it was a UN. I think it was something to do with the UN.
He was in the U.S., I believe,
He was what?
in the U.S.
He was in the U.S. He wanted to die in India, but he was in the U.S. and he was addressing some enclave. I think it was that he was addressing the UN, and right after that he collapsed and he died of a heart attack.
Yeah, it was just kind of a quick thing.
Yeah, he was young, 39. Nice, healthy vegetarian with more ailments than you could count.
Big guy.
Yeah. But he sure looked the part. He looked good. And all the vegetarians and all the ones that, so many people start a path because they've read Yogananda. Well, we should close that out now because you have to work tomorrow.
You mean I'm not chained to your leg tomorrow as your slave?
Yeah, well, no, not chained to my leg, and
Where do they get these things? It's just beyond me.
I don't know. Like I said, he doesn't know here from Adam.
Oh God, so
he's
far
never been here. He spent, just those couple of hours in the shop. For the interview, I let him ask whatever questions he asked. He asked me if I had anything to say. I said, no. I don't have anything to say. Nothing comes up, which it doesn't. You bring up a topic and that's what comes up. Yet he's saying in the second one, well, it was rambling, it was all over the map. Well, whose fault was that? It was his questions. He didn't know what he wanted to ask to begin with, and he didn't like what he heard. Then he wanted to come back a second time and grill me and grill all the people here because he didn't like what he heard the first time. Unbelievable. And he comes in with the Rick Ross agenda because now he's using the same words that they used. Hoping to get back in good graces with Rick Ross' site, I'm sure. How fabulous. You're known by the company you keep. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
But they deserve each other, so that's fine. you know. We've had a few of the people from Rick Ross' site that have commented on a couple of videos. They got a lot more common sense than this guy does so far. Huh? Rick Ross, a couple of the people have been commenting on some of the video. They're not nearly as nasty as this guy's being.
Mm.
So I'll try to get over there in time to unchain you and let you out, you know.
Force some meat down my throat before you let me loose.
Yeah. Exactly. And meet you at work and escort you home to make sure you don't do anything you're not supposed to be doing. I've got all the cameras set up there, you know, watching every move.
Every move.
God.
Oh, God.
What idiocy. You just want to scream. It's just, sometimes you just, the nonsense and crap you have to wade through is unbelievable.
The joys of being a guru. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Everybody should do it. It's fabulous. It's so much easier just to go live your life. Trust that. That is bliss. That is bliss. People don't know. Namaste.
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 Sachiananda says namaste.
Namaste.
Good night.
Night.